everyone. Welcome back to the Brats in the Back Row podcast, where where one of us forces the others to watch a movie of our liking. We are the titular Brats. My name is Emily.
I'm Allie.
I'm Aelina.
I'm Sarah.
And
Oh, my voice is really deep.
I'm
Okay,
Sarah. And this week, I forced the other brats. I'm having a stroke. I'm sorry. Brach. It's German. I forced the other brats to watch one of my favorite movies, John Waters' Female Trouble. I love this movie. I love John Waters. I love how fucking crazy he is. I think that's the mark of a real artist is when they're kind of insane. I think that's when you get good art. Oh my god, I was talking about that with one of the security guards at work. Because he's like, yeah, you need to be just like a little crazy in order to make good art. And I was all, well, kind of, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing when people are like, you have to be mentally ill in order to be an artist. And it's like, yes, if you're fucking boring and normal,
Loser shit.
what do you have
good
to
art.
say about the world?
Nothing. You're
You
not
have nothing to
experiencing
say.
anything. You're just making boring shit. Like,
And this isn't to diss it, boring normal people, but also it kind of is.
it is. Don't make art.
Don't make art
You're not allowed.
or become mentally ill and make art.
I thought you said don't become mentally ill.
Well,
don't. It sucks.
don't.
But, like, yeah, you have to be mentally ill in order. Anyway.
You do.
How was everyone's week before we get into the episode? Sarah's in her boyfriend's car right now.
Yeah. Live boyfriend reveal.
Live boyfriend oh my god, guys, it's not good today.
Not great. I know. I bought a bunch of Blu-ray.
Ooh.
I bought here. Let me do
Haul
a tour.
time.
Haul time.
Haul time. I love a haul.
So first we have the Before trilogy
On Criterion.
on Criterion.
Hey.
They were on sale. I think at least by like 2 weeks ago they were having a sale.
Yes.
So
think
I
they're-
bought this.
That's good. Before
Can I borrow that?
No response. Yes.
Okay.
From A24. I bought Sing Sing,
All right.
Yes! Excellent choice.
and then I bought After Sun.
Oh.
Oh.
I know.
Also good,
I
but
know.
well, Sing Sing. I haven't seen Sing Sing. I need to.
It's awesome.
You have
And then I bought this
The
this
Green
good copy of The
Knight.
Green Knight,
Yeah.
starring Dev Patel. And then the final thing that I bought it off of Etsy, so it might be a scam. I haven't tested it out yet.
Who knows?
But it was this $10 copy of the Beatles' Help.
What? What is that like?
Oh.
What is that like? Disc burned on like.
Well,
Love
the
it.
Etsy seller said that it was like an original, never before opened
Sure.
copy.
Sure.
And I was like,
And I
sure,
believe
but-
women.
And I believe women. But it was also only $10, so I was like, what could I be losing?
Yeah, it's not anything.
Okay.
Except for my dignity, but whatever.
Help! I need somebody, and then you can respond back going, "Help! You scammed
Yeah,
me!
exactly.
Help!"
But yeah,
Well,
that's the haul.
Haul time.
All time.
I love a haul. Anybody else buy cool things recently?
Oh,
What?
Sarah bought
What did you buy,
something.
Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah
Love
bought
the sweater.
earrings.
Oh,
And
I
this
like,
necklace.
It's a
I like
nice.
it.
It's a nice sweater.
It's a nice.
That's
It's
so
very
cute.
Cobain. Yeah, thank you.
Very nice. I love it.
Very nice.
Depop.
Is that when you
didn't-
were talking to you sent like the Depop message to us and everything?
Oh,
What was that
yes.
person asking about? Is something insane. But I recognized, I was like, this is Depop messaging.
I forgot what it was.
Hold on, let me find it. Because it made me laugh because I instantly recognized it as Depop messaging.
These people. Oh, it was the shirt they wanted me to buy. I love my girlfriend.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
yes.
that's
that
crazy.
nice?
You were just, it was just responding. You were saying thank you, and it like autocorrected to KFC.
Yes.
That was funny. I love my girlfriend. Who are you getting at for me, Sarah? And it's me to you.
Well, this is the polyamory we were talking about.
It's with me and Sarah. I'm not involved with the man. Sarah's the polyamorous
No.
woman. Guys, we watched Female Trouble. This is one of my favorite films. This is one of my favorite directors. I love trashy. I think this is true peak of gay people. I think this is how it should be. But before we get into any comments or anything, I'm actually gonna give you a little background on John Waters with a PowerPoint I made.
Oh my god, PowerPoint.
May made
so
one,
excited.
and it made me inspired. And I was like, I feel...
Narrated by Dave Patty.
Oh, I wish he was here. I'll email him. I'm all, Patty, what's your favorite John Waters?
Yeah.
Hey, Patty, we
You
haven't
should've been
talked in a while, but I need to know.
I was thinking about him the entire movie. I was like, I wonder what Patty thinks of this.
I also thought of him.
For context, the old head of our English department is a big John Waters fan, which is insane for us.
For a lot of reasons.
For so many reasons. I guess this is fine. Actually, wait, hold on.
Watch stream.
Actually, wait, I'm not gonna do it this way. Because it's weird because it's on my... I'm trying to figure out on my end with the recording. I'm sorry.
You want to just send it to one of us and
No.
then we can...
No.
Alright.
Well, sorry, I'm trying to make your life easier.
Well,
While
actually...
you figure that out, I'll talk about the blanket I made. I
Oh,
made a
please.
blanket. Oh yes, I crocheted a blanket for charity. And then I read the list of yarn, like the type of yarn that you can use to send to this to this charity, and the yarn that I had used was on the specific do not use list, which I
Yeah.
did not figure out until after. But I found a different charity that will take my blanket, so we're doing that. I'm really proud of it. It's a little baby blanket.
It's a very
And
cute blanket.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I need to
I
see
re-
the blanket.
It's in the chat, darling. It's in the wash right
Send
now.
the
If not, I
picture.
would show it to
That's
you.
right. You
Yeah.
used Red Heart Super Saver, which I didn't know what that was.
It's just so there's a brand of yarn called Red Heart, and then Super Saver is just their like cheap bulk yarn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I don't know why they didn't allow that.
It's
It's,
just
like,
it's kind of rough.
Crafty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't like hold up well after like a
Mhm.
wash.
Well,
Oh.
I've heard that it does all right. Don't say that because it's in the wash right now. So.
Okay, I think I figured this out.
Okay. Watch stream.
All right, everyone. So I'm going to give you a little background on what the hell is a John Waters, because I feel as if I give you all context on this man, it will enlighten you to what you had watched with Female Trouble. All right.
Okay.
This will progressively get worse in quality as I gave up halfway through.
Yes, naturally.
Okay. First slide. Oh shit. All right. Go back. Hold on. All right. So John Waters was born in Baltimore, Maryland. Every single one of his films talks about Baltimore, Maryland.
Right.
They live in there. They're all from Baltimore. He has very much pride in the city. He has a house in Baltimore. He's on like the Maryland Film Commission committee. He's like locked in to the Baltimore area and everything.
Is Mr. Waters alive and well?
Yes, he is old.
Oh.
He's about
Okay.
80, I would say.
Yes.
I mean,
He recently appeared on John Mulaney's Netflix show.
Oh,
He did.
Everyone's live or whatever.
Yeah.
he's 78 right
Yes.
now. He's actually not that old.
Okay.
He was born in
not too bad.
1946, April 22nd.
Oh.
His birthday's coming up, people.
Ooh.
He still
70
seemed to be young and spry.
He's like Patty, young and spry for his old
Young and
age. Yeah, he's 70. He's gonna be 79 soon. But yeah, he's young and spry. He's still like with it, essentially. He was raised intensely Catholic, which I
This makes
think is important to know and everything. Allie's turning away.
Turning
Homophobia is already in her heart.
Yeah.
I'm trying, guys. I'm trying so hard.
Allie's
I'm
so
trying
scared she's
so-
gonna come off as homophobic this entire episode.
Yeah.
I'm trying so hard, everyone.
To be homophobic, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Got a lot of reporting to
Pause.
do this week.
Wait a minute. We'll get into it. I'll let you finish your presentation because
Yeah.
I know we've got
He's
a schedule to keep.
TikTok. Yeah, he was raised intensely Catholic. He, you could see it in all of his films. We got to go to the John Waters exhibit at the Academy Museum a year and some months ago. And when you walk into it, it's like you're in church and everything. It was like you were in church with the pews and the stained glass, with all the Dreamlanders and everything.
I have pictures too.
I do too.
Okay, I'll send them to you so you could like.
I'll put them
look
up here. It was cool. It was a very cool exhibit. I was really into it. I loved it because I love John Waters. He had a childhood friend of Glenn Milstead, aka Divine. They were friends from the beginning and everything, and they just kind of grew together, and made a bunch of films together. And that brings us to our second. Oh my God, I have to like bring you back up. That brings us into his early career. He made a lot of short films before he made kind of the main films. The first short film he ever made was called Hag in a Black Leather Jacket. Then you had Eat Your Makeup, Mondo Diaries, I think it's called. He has a bunch of inspiration. He loves highbrow art, but he especially loves like exploitation films and lowbrow art. He used to watch adult-rated movies at the drive-in using from far away with binoculars and everything because he wanted to see like the adult films. He was also eventually went to NYU for a little bit, but they were like really against what he was making and everything, and then he eventually got kicked out because he smoked weed. And then he went back to Baltimore in order to start his production company called the Dreamlanders. Oh god damn it, that all fucked up. Whatever. I don't care. Alright, we'll just do that.
Schwartzman.
Who? Alright. This is Dreamland Productions. Dreamland, the people that are most known for John Waters films are going to be called Dreamlanders. The first person you see, I was going to do it like according, whatever. The first person you see, obviously, is Divine. Divine is probably the most known Dreamlander, the most well-known collaborator with John Waters in so many of his John's films before his death. Divine's death in 1980 something. I can't remember. Had a heart attack. And next is Mink Stole. Mink Stole is the second one here, along with, oh my god, who? Jesus. Mary Vivian Pierce are the only two people that have been in every single one of John Waters' main films. Literally every single one. Mink Stole, still kicking. She played the 14-year-old in this one.
Taffy.
Next up,
the 32-year-old, 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. Next up is Cookie Mueller. Again, another Dreamlander. Edith Macy. David Lockery, who was also did a bunch of hair and makeup behind the scenes. Always had dyed hair. And especially in Pink Flamingos, along with Mary Vivian Pierce, they were always kind of paired together. And they, in Pink Flamingos, have the same dyed hair and also dyed pubes, which is funny. Like, it's crazy.
Right.
They all ran the production. They also had a bunch of friends also from Baltimore and people from the local art colleges and everything. They ran the production behind and in front of the camera. They were driven to Baltimore specifically for the gay scene. A lot of these people are gay or queer people, if not all. They were kind of always...
And right on.
Oh my god. And Allie said, I believe. I stand.
And better for it.
And we're better for it. Allie, this is
Oh.
crazy.
You're gonna tell me that I'm wrong?
No!
Now you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong.
No. There's some bad gay people. No, it's okay.
Well, okay.
I just can't. Allie can't win.
Why do I bother?
What? That's actually John Waters made a trilogy of films called the Trash Trilogy. It's Pink Flamingos, Female Trouble, and another one called Desperate Living. A lot of John Waters films, and the reason I kind of adhere to them is honestly what I was just talking about, is that queer people were and you know, all marginalized people were so outcasted and so put to the fringes of society. It was like kind of like, yeah, fuck you, I am the fringes of society, I'm gonna show you I am. That's why we get killers and monsters and like literally John Waters called Divine like Godzilla. She treats herself like Godzilla. You see that more in Multiple Maniacs than anything, but you see it here as well. Yeah, that's why I love these films. You're like, it's like, okay, cool, I am the fringes of society, now what are you gonna do? That's what I like. A lot of these films only played in like porn houses, especially the Dreamland ones. They only played on X-rated screens and whatever, midnight screenings and everything. They were always persecuted, but then they grabbed a huge cult following, especially within queer communities.
Yes.
Eventually, Okay, cool. Eventually, sorry, I couldn't remember what was next. Eventually, he would gravitate more to mainstream. I'm going to put mainstream in quotes. He just got a lot more money to make his films and everything. The first one being the film Polyester. That has, this is the first time he was not literally behind the camera. And what I mean is he was, for all the Dreamland productions, he's the one holding the camera and doing the shots and everything while directing. Polyester was the first time it was like an actual shoot. And it had Odorama cards where it was it's a scratch and sniff experience. A number would come up during the movie, you have a little card, and then you'd scratch it and sniff it, and it'd be like awful smells and everything.
Okay.
Cool.
He did other films. One of my favorite films, I love all of them, but one of my favorites is Cecil B. Demented, about cinema terrorists that don't want to live for mainstream cinema, and they kidnap and torture a mainstream cinema star in order to make her an art house lover. I love it. Serial Mom with Kathleen Turner is so funny and so crazy. It's about how we treat like serial killers as like entertainment and everything, and it's about the judicial system, but she gives a great performance. Matthew Lillard is also in that movie, but probably his most famous film is Hairspray, just because Hairspray was his first and only PG film. He was so surprised when it got a PG rating. He's like, I've never gotten this before. And so it, got mainstream success, obviously became a huge hit musical and everything. Yeah. And I just recently rewatched it. It has Zac Efron in it, and it's crazy.
Yes.
Sexy Zac Efron. Recently, it's been hard for him to get funding. He wants to make a new movie called Liar Mouth based on his book Liar Mouth that he has written. It was gonna star Aubrey Plaza, but they can't find funding anywhere, and I think it's a damn shame.
Ooh.
Because if there could be a new John Waters out and we're just not funding this, I hate it. I hate it so much. Anyway, next up, other insane John Waters facts.
Yes.
He's crazy. As I said, he has done insane things his entire life. And I think if I give you some other facts about him, it will like show like the understanding behind female trouble. All right, this is also where I started getting lazy making the PowerPoint, and you will see. By the way, where is Sarah?
I'm assuming she's listening, so.
Okay. All right, Sarah, this is all for you. No, I'm kidding. Well, yes, but anyway. First fact. So, okay, car. Hold on. Oh my god. So, in 2012, John Waters decided to hitchhike across the United States, going from Baltimore all the way to San Francisco, and later wrote and released a memoir about it entitled Car Sick. He was around 66 when this happened.
Yes. He's an old man at this point.
He's an older man at this point. He also, I can't remember the name, but whilst hitchhiking across the United States, got into the car of a notable Republican senator, and they became friends because of it. And he's all, this is probably the only Republican I would ever vote for, he has gone on to say.
Okay.
And I was like,
Okay.
right. Thank
Okay,
you,
John.
John. Next up. So, John Waters and Steve Buscemi share such a strong resemblance to each other that, as a joke, John Waters sent out Christmas cards with a photo of Steve Buscemi, made up to look like him.
Okay.
Which I love this so much, and I wish to do it in my own life at one point with somebody that looks like me.
Okay. We need to find your doppelganger.
Oh yeah, I don't know who my doppelganger is. I also love the fact that it's not like a Christmas photo. The only thing that's Christmassy is Season's Greetings. It's just like a headshot.
Yeah.
Which also, Season's Greetings is in like an old English font.
Old English font. It has underneath it Steve Buscemi dressed as John Waters, Baltimore, 1995. It's like professional.
This is just like a postcard you would send on a whim.
Yeah. I love this.
This is beautiful.
It is. Next
we
up.
need to recreate this.
I do. I think we should recreate it with our doppelgangers.
Which Sarah says she saw mine driving while I was at work.
So we will find her.
We gotta track her down.
We gotta track her down.
I did see her doppelganger. I could have sworn it was her. Like, I swear to God.
And we will find her.
We will find her. If you look like me, email us at bratsinthebackrow@gmail.com.
If you look like any of us, email us. And you could be on a Christmas card. Next up. So, John Waters, his whole life, has had an affinity for true crime and everything. You see it in his films. You see it in everything. He is obsessed with true crime and used to regularly attend gory trials all over the United States, where he often saw the same faces in the public galleries.
What the hell?
In his free time, he would just do this. Next up.
Okay.
So,
car accident.
His favorite childhood memory was seeing real blood on the seat of a wrecked car when visiting a scrapyard and fantasizing about lethal car crashes. He would.
This is a direct man.
I know. He would regularly play Lethal Car Crash as a child, as you see in the film Female Trouble. That was from his own experience growing up playing his favorite game.
That's awesome.
Okay. That's insane.
Next up. As a young kid, he made as much as $50 a week doing puppet shows for the neighborhood children, and was often hired to entertain at birthday parties.
All right.
He stated that many of his puppet shows were inspired by the gimmick-heavy films of William Castle. William Castle has made films, a lot of them starring. I've watched a lot of them actually, starring like Vincent Price and everything. Things like The Pit and the Pendulum, the haunted. I think it's the haunted house, or the hill on the not the haunting of Hill House, but it's like Hill on the House or something. Yeah. So, another little piece of the puzzle. Next up. This photo makes me laugh. He also, this is not a fact I have, but he has a collection of over 8,000 books at his home. And he has he has a very famous quote that says, like, if you go to somebody's house and they don't have a book, don't fuck them.
Well, yes.
Which I think is
Yes.
a real thing that should happen. This photo makes me laugh. But that's not the main point of this photo. He made this birdhouse that you see that looks like the Unabomber's cabin.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
The Unabomber's cabin.
Right.
Unabomber's
Yes.
cabin. And he also seems to have bongos on the ground. Don't know what that's
Yeah.
about. A lot of Pulp Fiction novels over here. And then also stacked in is a book on Catholicism. Just a nice image of who he is.
Just your average gay person.
Just your average gay man.
Right.
Old gay man.
Just your average gay man.
Next up. This is the most
Amelia Perez.
This is the most egregious fact about him, is that regularly at the end of the year he does his favorite movies of 2024, and one of his favorite movies was Amelia Perez.
Oh goodness.
Oh.
Okay.
His favorite movie, it wasn't his like favorite movie, his favorite movie was Love Lies Bleeding,
Yes.
which for the lesbians. But I think
For the
that
lesbians.
but I saw that and I was like, yeah, that so tracks. That so
This
makes
tracks,
sense.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for my little presentation. I appreciate you all. Now I have to figure this out. Boop, boop. Oh, thank you everyone. Did I? How did it stopped streaming, right? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool.
She's done.
All right. Yeah. So I have fun facts about Female Trouble, but now that you have some more insight of who John Waters is as a person, what did you guys think about Female Trouble?
Okay. Before we get Allie's opinion and her homophobia.
Her homophobia. Let's get a real gay person's opinion.
All love and light here, by the way. I'm not homophobic. It's all for the laughs.
I believe Pride Month should be every month.
Pride Month is every month. Put your pronouns in your bio.
Allie's corporate pride.
Okay.
Allie's like, I support.
I support. Yeah. I think that
Oh my god.
I think that
Did Allie sit up? Then Allie was all, I gotta listen in.
I'm paying attention.
You're paying
I'm
attention.
listening.
Active listening, listening ears, everyone. Listening ears.
My word.
Using
I'm
my
saying
word.
something important. I'm saying something important. Homosexuality is an illness, and it's beautiful.
It's the
Okay.
greatest. Sarah's face.
It's one of the greatest things in the world.
I know what you mean, but keep going.
Yeah. I think this movie, and listen, this isn't like my movie. I was fine with it. I wasn't appalled by it, like Allie was. Honestly, I was kind of. While I was watching the movie, I was also writing your guys' letter, so like I was fully vibing with it. You know.
Okay.
All right.
But I thought it was very cool. I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was I thought that every single person in that film, both the actors and the characters, were extremely mentally ill. And I thought that was
Mhm.
beautiful.
It really
I
is
yeah,
all-encompassing.
I was so glad that they could live their lives to the fullest, despite their mental illnesses, including homosexuality being one of them.
Being one of them.
Being one of them. Yeah, it's a grotesque and gross and disgusting film, but I think it's lovely. And that's all I have to say about it.
All right. Snap,
Thank
snap.
you.
Sarah,
you.
what do you have to say before the homophobe talks?
Guys,
Okay, first and foremost, listen, I grew up very Catholic, so that was
We
coming
all
out a little
did.
bit when I was watching. I know we all did. When I was watching it, I was just like, oh my god, like I cannot believe. But
My eyes, my.
my
Oh
eyes,
my lord.
I started vibing with it. Like
Okay.
I could not look away. It was so disgusting and gross and just like I couldn't look away. I like when I wasn't watching it, I was like, okay, that was a good film,
It's fun.
But
it's so fun.
It's fun. It's a
And
fun film.
And it embraces being a freak.
Yes.
Like there's so many I've seen discourse online being like young gay people don't want to be perceived as freaks.
You don't want to be
And it's
freaks.
Yeah.
And it's like, guys, that's kind of the whole point of being someone who's on the fringes. Like even if you
Exactly.
don't want
Exactly.
you are a freak, and it's better
like-
to just embrace it
Exactly.
and live your life to the fullest. Be a freak.
You gotta be a freak. You gotta be a freak.
You gotta be a
someone's
freak.
gotta match
I'm
you. You gotta
like,
be a freak.
you gotta be
Freak on a
fucking
leash.
weird. If you're already weird because you're already on the outskirts of what normal society fucking looks like. It's bullshit, but be a freak.
Oh, I like how he approaches that topic, and I like how he talks. I like how he kind of introduces the theme of unconventional beauty,
Mm.
and throughout it's just
Edith
I could see so
Macy
much more.
is who I think of when you say that. She's beautiful, but she's not the typical beauty. But she's in the skin tight leather ensemble. She's literally the first scene we see her in. She's fondling her boobs.
Yes.
yeah.
I don't like your
Oh,
tone,
Lord.
Allie. Why did you say it like that?
What?
She's so scared. I'm fucking with you, Allie. Allie's so scared right now, you guys. Allie's horrified.
Defend yourself.
Yeah, Allie.
I think Allie's the nicest one, out of all of us. She's probably the least homophobic.
Yeah, Allie's. But it's because she is.
But okay. But
We
here,
get a
it
pass.
begs the question: who's the most to least homophobic?
Oh, rank us. Most homophobic.
Yeah.
May. 100%.
Okay, I'll take it.
I'm proud. Most homophobic. Who else is more? I think it goes me. No, it goes May, me, Sarah. Oh no, Sarah's kind of homophobic. Sarah and I are
Sarah's
equal, I
quite
think, in
homophobic.
homophobia.
I just had Chick-fil-A right now, guys.
Oh,
Oh yeah, your homophobia points.
it has
really
gone
shot.
up. Has gone up.
Yeah.
Sa-
So, right, I think Sarah would fluctuate between second and third place.
yeah. Sarah
depending
and
on
I
her
are.
activities of the day.
It goes May, and then Sarah and
Why
me.
am I so high up?
You could be homophobic.
You said every slur.
I every soul.
Every single slur that exists, you said.
Oh my god. Not every. Let's every
Not
homophobic
Oh, yeah.
slur. Every homophobic.
I said the homophobic
Let's
ones.
not go to these reaches. Yeah. And then Allie is so far down. Allie is not homophobic at all, genuinely. But she says also selectively she's homophobic. So
I selectively, and that's
Only
just
towards
because
us.
not all. People forget that just because you're in the LGBTQ plus IA doesn't mean you're a nice person automatically. We forget
Well,
that sometimes. We forget
Yeah.
that sometimes.
Yeah.
we
But
forget.
no, I'm not actually. We're not actually
I like it
homophobic.
because
know-
a real homophobic person wouldn't say LGBTQIA pull
I was thinking,
out.
You said every
And
acronym.
Allie is trying to
I was like,
cover
you
all
said
her
the
bases.
whole acronym.
They be saying the LGBT something. They would say that.
Yeah.
Can I get an LGBT number 5 fries? Can I get?
What the hell?
LGBT. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you have to say about this movie?
Okay, if I were to use words like lovely, I would not be being honest. And that's and that's just that, okay? I think that the point of the movie is to, John Waters works a lot in shock value. Also, not the first John Waters movie I've watched.
That
Let's
is
start
true.
there.
She's actually a better gay person than all of you.
I watched Multiple Maniacs
Which-
the last year, which is a crazy place to start.
Which is one, a crazy place to start. Two, was one of the most surprising things that I think I've ever happened to me. I saw that logged and I went, why? I was like, oh wow, okay, we're watching that. Because I knew for a fact it was not up her alley.
My friend Emily was like, "Oh, these movies are so cool. You guys should watch them." You were just talking to like anybody in the newspaper office, and I took that to heart, and I was like, "I'm gonna watch this movie."
Yes.
And so I watched Multiple Maniacs, and
that one's
my brain.
the most egregiously like un-Catholic as well, because it's super Catholic, and it's super going against it. They literally have. I don't know, maybe May and Sarah, you would enjoy it. There is like, they have Divine has lesbian sex with a nun and they shove the prayer beads up her ass.
Yeah.
There's also intercutting those moments of the lesbian sex is
she's not
Jesus.
She's not a nun, she just goes to church.
She just happened to go to church that day and have sex.
Yeah.
And then intercutting that scene is the Stations of the Cross storyline.
Yeah.
The Stations of Jesus.
Stations of Jesus. Yeah. Yes. When he's about to go to the cross and everything. That intercuts.
Right.
That is intercut with Divine having lesbian sex.
Excellent.
So, yeah. Not my first John Waters movie. Also, Melina said that while she was watching the movie, she was writing letters. I was locked in. I had computer up. I was sitting in my bed. I wasn't doing anything else. I was like, I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna learn something today.
I'm gonna learn.
And you know what? This is why Allie is the #1 ally. She's locked in.
She's with it.
I was taking notes. I was paying attention to details. I was like, I'm not getting called homophobic this episode. I locked in.
I will not be called homophobic. I will not be called homophobic. That is so funny.
Awesome.
I really did try. Did the movie end and I felt absolutely sick to my stomach? Absolutely, 100%. But that's the point.
Also watched this at 10:30 a.m. in the morning.
10:30 a.m.
I watched
this morning.
I could not bring myself to watch it over the weekend, especially on Sunday, because I was like, that's just not happening.
For context, also, we're filming this on, like, I don't know, Jesus Week. Sunday was,
Holy Week.
Holy Week. You know what I mean. It's his week.
It's his week.
I didn't grow up Catholic. This past Sunday was Palm Sunday. and I called out Allie because I was like, Allie's doing everything in her favor not to watch this movie. And then she's like, I just don't want to watch it on Sunday. And I was like, oh, this Sunday specifically as well.
Yeah, I watched like 5 other movies this weekend. I couldn't watch Female Troubles this weekend.
Yeah.
But I locked in 10 a.m. in the morning on a Monday before I went to work.
That is
notes app open, eyes open,
crazy.
Like Clockwork Orange, like this.
I locked in. So yeah, Felt sick to my stomach. However, I enjoyed the themes of like Sarah. What was the term you used, Sarah? Unconventional beauty. There's a lot of little like not critique but commentary about how like we treat true just crime, true crime, and
The justice
like serial
system.
killers as like entertainment. I thought a lot about like the Melendez Menendez brothers.
Yeah.
Menendez brothers, because that's happening right now. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they're still currently on trial. I thought a lot about that. It's just, and it's, am I gonna would I watch this movie again? Not by choice, not by choice.
But bye.
I don't.
It's gonna
But yeah,
happen.
Yeah,
I sat down. I showed up.
I'm proud
I watched
of
the
you.
movie.
I'm proud of you. Thank you,
Thank
ally.
you.
Am I ally?
ally.
Yes,
I think you would
I
actually really enjoy Serial Mom then, because that's that whole movie.
I've been thinking of that. Yeah.
I think you would actually really enjoy it, because it's all about how we treat like the criminal justice system, and it's gimmicky and it's funny and everything, but it's not to the extreme of this one. It's more when he's going into his like, more conventional, movie making time. It's really good.
I think I probably would enjoy that. There's a book I read a while ago called My Lovely Wife, which is about like this couple that kill people for funsies because it like keeps the romance alive or whatever. So I was thinking that was probably like along those lines. And I like that book. It was fun.
Nice.
And then also Sarah made a point in her notes that I agreed with, and I saw this when I was watching Multiple Maniacs.
Thank
Where
you for
like she just I read your notes, I show up, I'm doing the most,
I read
guys.
your notes
Oh
too.
my,
And
Allie
thank you.
is really trying.
But Sarah said something about how it looks like a student film, or it looks like really homemade. And that makes sense because if you look at the Letterboxd credits, John Waters is doing it all. He's filming, he's directing, he's editing.
Yes.
But like I feel like that adds to the grotesqueness of it because it makes it seem more natural, like he's just filming something that he happened to come upon. Does that make sense?
100%.
Like,
Those are my
Like
thoughts.
it's like
Yes.
cheaper, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was all shot on a 16mm camera that John was holding himself and directing as well. He edited, wrote, did everything. His friends in the movie, like David Lochary, did all the, makeup and hair. Like, yeah, it was super. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Like, yeah, they were just doing everything. They didn't have money. They just had like each other. They were all working in a like it was a collective of art students from Maryland. I think it's Maryland Art School. And they've had one of their friends had a studio space above a bakery, and that's what they worked out of and everything. They all just like worked together. Yeah, and then eventually, once he started getting more and more status, he like actually started getting money, and now he doesn't. No one wants to fund his goddamn films. We could be having Liar Mouth with Aubrey Plaza, but society hates us.
Aubrey would play so hard in John Waters
She
film.
would go.
She'd
It
be
would
so
go so hard. It would be so good. She makes so much sense for those movies. Yeah. Other things I want to talk about. There's a lot of fun facts that kind of explain some questions you guys had in the notes that I would like to go through and everything. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Okay. So one of the main things that I remember specifically Allie talking about is where did they get this fresh ass baby from?
Yes.
Because that baby is
brand
new.
new.
That is a new baby. So one of the women in the film, if you saw in the hair salon, she is actually pregnant. So that is actually her baby, and she was like, yeah, the baby can totally be in the movie and everything. Hold on. Her name was Susan Lowe. She was one of the women in she played the receptionist at the beauty salon. And she was near the end of her pregnancy. She agreed to her newborn baby being used for the birth scene. The umbilical cord was made out of condoms filled with liver. And they put it on. They put
Excuse?
Yeah, no, you heard me. Condoms.
Who's liver?
No, like ground liver, like eating liver.
Yeah.
Not like
Yeah.
someone's liver. Like,
Beef liver.
like
You would go there.
he would.
Yeah.
Yes.
Side tangent, in the film Pink Flamingos, there's a scene where one of the, like, I think it's one of the brothers or like the son or something of the main character fucks a real live chicken and kills the chicken.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the extent of where he is. But where is it? Yeah, and also John Waters claims that Susan's mother-in-law, who was visiting from England, was on set, and that was her first time ever seeing her grandchild.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
Divine giving birth to the kid. Divine also, yes, this goes into Sarah's point. Divine is being raped in the film by herself. That is out of drag and everything.
Yes.
But yeah, and she is being raped as a 15-year-old. It's not good.
It's funny. That's not funny, but it's funny because I recognized Divine outside of drag not until the end of the film, and that's when I realized I was like, wait a minute,
it's just her out of drag.
it's
Yeah.
her the whole time.
It's
I didn't realize
twist
until
of all
after.
twists.
Mm-hmm.
This movie's also a Christmas movie. Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas.
This is my favorite Christmas movie.
Okay.
Other fun facts. As they had done in Pink Flamingos, John Waters filmed a scene of Divine from his car, hoping to get double takes to Dawn Davenport striding down the street. When she's doing that whole scene, just dancing down the street. No one seemed fazed. Waters believed this was because they saw the scars and assumed Divine was a mentally ill woman.
Okay.
The man who pops out his glass eye was a friend of John Waters that they just filmed. Other things that we all talked about was Divine at the end when she's on the trampoline. And that's her show. It's her on a trampoline. That makes me laugh all the time because it's so funny. It's just like, why is she on a trampoline?
Also, before that, she says that she's like studying for this show. She's like,
yeah.
I'm studying, I'm putting together an act.
I'm putting together an act. You're thinking it's going to be this huge thing. And it's her jumping up and down and trying and failing to do a flip. She falls. Apparently, John Waters had Divine take trampoline lessons at a local YMCA before this.
Okay, yeah.
She was
That makes sense.
terrified about breaking her neck, but managed to do that whole scene in one take. So
Alright.
a true actor. I
Okay,
love the
good.
fact that they actually had her do trampoline lessons. Like,
Safety first.
What
like
does that
you know.
entail? What does a trampoline lesson
I also,
entail?
yeah, what is it? I'm assuming it's for gymnastics, but like, to what extent are we doing this?
Also, was she practicing in or out of drag? Like, was she showing up
Yeah.
to this local YMCA?
In drag.
Hello, my name's Divine. I'm here for your trampoline lesson.
I have no fucking clue. I mean, YMCA's were specifically places for cruising in the 70s, so it could be in
Oh.
drag. That's why we get the song YMCA.
MCA.
It's 'cause
Oh.
they're talking about how the YMCA is a place to have gay sex.
I love that.
Thank you. No, actually,
I'm gonna tell
no.
that.
They suck
Thank-
now. They played at Trump's inauguration. Fuck that.
Oh, the village people?
The village people, they were like, we want the YMCA. And it's like, you're the village people. You have a song I was talking about how great San Francisco is because it's full of gay people. Like, what is happening here?
Oh.
Like,
Well,
you have a song called Fire Island. Like, let's be real. Anyway. Other things. John Water, he used to play car accident as a kid. He would stage at, he had his own stage at home to put on shows for his family members of him getting into a car accident, and would put a coat hanger up his sleeve in order to pretend he had a hook for a hand.
nice.
Nice.
So,
Natural.
natural, as children do.
That reminds me, sorry to put this in, but me and my cousin used to play crucifixion.
That makes sense.
What is crucifixion entail?
Who's getting crucified?
Who's getting
I would
crucified?
crucify her.
You would
She would
crucify
like go
her?
like this. Yes, and like we would play that, and then she would die, and then
Oh,
she would. It was a whole
Would she
thing.
come back after 3
yeah,
days
we
or
have
like
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
No,
far
we
is
skipped
the
that part.
expansion going?
Are we doing the
Okay.
She just
Stations
died.
of the Cross? Like,
We should. That would have been fun.
I like also she would go like this, and it's like that is crazy. Not that.
Just Catholic things.
Years after making the film, John Waters was contacted by divorce lawyers on behalf of a woman who claimed that her ex-husband, who had been a church official, had received a substantial sum of money for allowing a pornographic movie to be filmed in his church. Waters informed that Female Trouble was most definitely not a porno, and that he hadn't paid the man a nickel for using the church to film its wedding scene.
Mm-hmm.
I also love that wedding scene so much. Edith, oh my god, last name. Edith Macy is one of my favorite, like, Dreamlanders people. I love her specifically in this movie when she's so upset that her son is not gay, gets into a heterosexual marriage
Yes.
and everything. And then she pushes the priest down the stairs and is sobbing in a
Really
black
funny.
latex suit. And that's like open on the side. At the wedding, she's in like full black, like sobbing. She's upset. It has says one of my favorite quotes, which is, "The world of the heterosexual is a sick and boring life." She also is like, she also says one of my, what else did she say? Oh, I know I can tell when someone's gay if they're smart, if they're straight, they're stupid. I love her so much. She also is so fantastic in Polyester. She plays someone who gets a lot of money and becomes like a socialite, but she still has the like insane accent and everything, and she's all, "Come on, honey, let's go have a pot de gras." And it's like insane. I love her in it. Other fun facts. Of going back to the the trampoline stage performance, Dawn's Davenport stage performance is based upon an act performed by Divine at San Francisco's Palace Theater. Divine would wheel a shopping cart full of mackerel on stage and hurl them into the audience while claiming
Awesome.
responsibility for various high-profile crimes.
Okay.
I would pay
It's
money.
almost New Zealand, who is a Muppet and whose whole shtick is the boomerang fish.
I just realized New Zealand is like a New Zealand.
It's New
I
Zealand.
just realized that. I was like, oh. That's who. No, we said Jonathan's the. I was gonna say that was what we said Jonathan is like. No, Jonathan's the explosion guy.
What's his name? Something Dynamite Harry.
Dynamite Harry. The Los Angeles premiere of Female Trouble took place at the La Palma Theater in Hollywood, a former legitimate that had hosted first-run films, stage shows, and even an ice skating review, was a porn theater by 1974. So that's why it was. They were allowed.
Oh yeah.
It was at least going. Thank you for unmuting to say that, and then. It was hoped that Divine would place her handprints in wet cement outside the theater in the style of, like, the Grauman's Chinese Theater courtyard, but she accidentally stepped in the block of cement, rendering it unusable. And then also 8 members of the Cycle Sluts, a local leather and drag performance group, were there to act as Divine's honor guard, which I would kill to see.
Yes.
Also, things I would kill to see. A lot of John Waters used to float in with, like, the Andy Warhol crowd and everything. Would be within, like, you know, with Blondie, all those people, and would specifically float with one of my favorite photographers. Her name is Nan Goldine. She has an incredible documentary called All the Beauty and the Bloodshed on Max. It's insane. But one of the things that they had with Nan Goldine and John Waters is Nan Goldine has a book called The Ballad of Sexual Dependency, and she was showcasing that art collection, photography collection, and then afterwards was one of John Waters' short films, and there was like a poster of it. Every day I'm like, man, if I could go back in time and see the double feature of The Ballad of Sexual Dependency and a John Waters early short film, I'd go insane. Anyway. And my last little fun fact is John Waters still has the electric chair and keeps it in his Baltimore home and uses it as his Christmas tree.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's all my fun facts. John Waters is one of my favorite directors. I also love how he talks about how suffocating suburbia can be, and how it, especially for like people on the outskirts, people, the outcasts and everything, it's like I don't want to conform to what you have and everything, to conform to your ideas and everything, and so Female Trouble is a huge example of that, because she runs away because she doesn't get her cha-cha heels on Christmas.
Which I had to look up what that was.
What cha-cha heels?
What are these? I was like, what are these cha-cha heels? Also, I saw the link to the Katya little musical that you had left as a review.
I did. There is on Drag Race, Katya and oh my god, who's the other one? It's
I know.
Katya Female Trouble. It's oh my god, Davenport. I think it's
No, not Davenport.
Kennedy Davenport. Kennedy Davenport.
Is it? Okay.
Yes. They had to do like a musical number, and they recreated the scene in Female Trouble where she beats up Katya's the mom and Kennedy Davenport's divine, and they're singing like, "Oh, I want my cha-cha heels," like, and she's like beating her up, and that's where Katya goes, "Fun is Christmas," and she gets slapped. Yeah. And I did put that as a review one time when I was watching Female Trouble.
Yeah, I pay attention, guys.
Thank you. Thank you to my
Number one ally.
Allie, the ally. Yeah, other things I have. Let me look. We are all in the career girl section of our lives right now. Soon, we will be at the electric chair. I don't even think that's legal in California.
Here's hoping.
No.
That's not legal. The death penalty isn't legal.
It's not legal. The death penalty shouldn't be legal.
No, it's a bad thing, you guys.
Bad.
Electric chair bad, but
funny and wishing for me.
Wishing.
They were fucking, and there is a scene where they zoom in on the guy's dick.
Yeah.
And I was like, I did not have to see that.
It's
funny.
It's so crass. Yeah, that's why I love it. It gives no fucks about its audience. It's like, if you don't like this, okay, then it's not for you. There's a moment in Pink Flamingos where somebody flashes their dick as well, and it's a trans woman pre-op and everything, and that was the first trans woman like showing her penis and everything. So and then like Edith Macy again, she's like rubbing her boobs, they're literally having sex, like, and then I'm like, again, John Waters, little freak, he's all filming this and everything.
And directing.
Oh, his fetishes,
don't even want to know.
I could tell.
Know.
I don't want to know, but I could tell with the film. He was really enjoying this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a little weirdo, but his films make me happy because they're so weird. And I love these movies. If I had to give you another John Waters movie to watch, Allie, I would give Serial Mom to. I think you would really actually enjoy Serial Mom.
Thank you. Yes.
Melina, either Cecil B. Demented or maybe Polyester, I'd say.
Okay.
I don't know. This is just based on vibe and how much.
Okay.
And then Sarah, you can see Pink Flamingos and start to enjoy.
Hell yeah.
But that's all I have. Anybody else? Any last? What's up?
I did start kind of watching Hairspray. I need to finish it though.
Oh, Hairspray's good. Hairspray's.
Yeah,
I mean,
my
everybody
computer.
should watch
Hairspray's good.
Hairspray. It's Hairspray.
It's
I
Hairspray.
had no idea that he made the film, and then they based the musical off of his film.
Off his
Which is
movie.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
His movie is obviously, it's way more crass. It's way more it's also way more talking about the race relation than the musical. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
he's like explicitly going like, these are racist Republican people. Like, they're not good people, and we shouldn't like treat them with respect. And I listen, I love Hairspray the musical and everything, but it's very much like, let's pat ourselves on the back, you guys. We're doing a great job.
Very commercial.
Watered down.
Very commercial.
Yeah.
Watered
very
down.
diluted.
He makes a cameo though in the movie of Hairspray. He's the flasher at the beginning of the movie. When she's walking out to Good Morning Baltimore, and she goes, the flasher that lives next door. He's the flasher.
I love that.
Which
Wait,
makes
is that Nikki
Yeah.
Blonsky?
it is Nikki
Blonsky
Blonsky.
one?
Evil
Okay.
Nikki Blonsky.
Yes. I know.
And then John Travolta plays. You're like,
Mom.
John Travolta, you could never be divine.
You can never be divine. He's not terrible, but he's not good either. Once you watch like Divine's performance, you're like, oh, yeah, this is what it could be. So bad. Oh, John Travolta. Nikki Blonsky is an evil person. Actually terrible. Human. Allie, you have any lasting remarks? You want to defend yourself?
Did I not do that throughout the entire episode?
Just any
Have I not
lasting,
redeemed
any
myself?
remarks to defend, closing rebuttal, I would say. Closing argument.
Closing rebuttal. I like to treat everyone with kindness and respect. I want to treat everyone. Everyone deserves to be loved. I want to
Okay.
treat everyone the way I want to be treated, which is gently
Okay.
and with kindness and patience. These are not the movies for me, and that's okay.
That's fine.
Not everything has to be
Okay,
for
yeah.
you. I think because our algorithms are so set to like show us what we like, we've forgotten as a society that sometimes
All right. Get in your soapbox, girl. All right.
we
No,
forgot because
Like your truth.
like you know when you see like comments from people on like reels or TikToks that are like, I don't like this, and it's like, that's okay, like you can just scroll past.
You can
Like sometimes
not
the algorithm
engage.
makes mistakes. Yeah. So it's like I don't have to like these movies, but like if I went out of my way to be like, well, this sucks, like that would be unfair because I did sit there and I watched all 1 hour and 37 minutes of it. So yeah. And like they have their charm, they serve their purpose. And those are my closing statements. Good night, everyone.
And thank you, Allie.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being
Thank you.
not homophobic. I appreciate
Right
it.
on.
Hold on. There we go.
Thank
There
you,
we
thank you,
go.
yes.
Well,
Thank you.
everyone, go watch John Waters' film. Go be more of a freak. We are, with the swinging of right-wing politics in our lives, everybody needs to be weirder and artier and more freakier in order to combat whatever the hell is happening in our lives. Anyway, go watch a John Waters movie. Thank you, everyone, for listening, watching, loving, sharing. Follow us on Instagram, Brats in the Back Row, Tumblr, Brats in the Back Row, TikTok, Brats Pod. Email us at bratsinthebackrow@gmail.com. Next week, every week, I forget. Is it May's? I think it's May's. Oh yeah, it is May's.
May's next.
May is next. Sarah is not gonna be
I might drop in.
Okay.
every week.
I'll be in San Francisco, but with this,
We can blame the man for it. Let's
Sure.
blame the man for
Yeah,
it.
that's fine.
The man's fault.
It's a man's fault.
Yeah. The man is against lesbianism for some reason.
Yeah. And does he
Yeah.
have anything to say about that? He hates lesbians?
Yeah. Yeah. Is he lesbianophobic?
I thought you were just saying, is he lesbian?
Is he lesbian?
Is he a lesbian? Who knows?
Well,
He
that
better
too. Is he lesbian?
What? What does that mean? How?
no.
We release episodes every week, you guys. Your editor is
Mhm.
struggling. It's actually gonna go easier because I had to remake everything, and now it should be an easier process because now I know what I'm doing. Which hopefully. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Subscribe. Love.